But I will say in that same vein, what's going to be interesting is, albeit the really good regular season success he's had at Michigan, we're getting to the point now where we can't deny that the postseason, rather has been in the playoffs nor any other bowl game,
right,
it's starting to look like a trend where the team is struggling. They're not looking like the same team at all. And it'll be one thing where if I thought it was just, you know what, maybe we're just really good for a Big Ten team, but we can't compete on a national level. But I don't think it's just that, because when I look at the TCU game, the one thing that stuck out to me wasn't that I thought that TCU presented some kind of different athleticism that we weren't used to necessarily, more than it was Michigan doing uncharacteristic things, mostly beating themselves.
That one hurt. That one hurt. That was a winnable.
Absolutely.
Georgia last year, I understood. They were getting after Cade left and right. They were the national champion. I get that. But TCU, that was a very winnable game, and we were shooting ourselves in the foot left and right, throwing picks and calling Philly specials. So I don't that one doesn't
blowing coverages. I mean, a couple times Quentin Johnson, no one's checking him. I'm not talking about the drag route he took for a touchdown, which was terrible, pursuit and a terrible play call. But it was one he had down the sideline where it was obviously a miscommunication. And that was just things where you didn't see this team making those mistakes. You didn't see them fumbling on the goal line, right? And I know a lot of Michigan fans at that time, they were harping on the reverse touchdown call with Ronnie Bell. And absolutely, I can agree it was a missed call. But you still have, to me, the best offensive line throughout the entire country. You're at the half-yard line.
Yep. Ram it in.
First and goal. You get that in. That's easy money all day. So, and yet you do something catastrophic, right? You fumble, and things continue to fall apart from there. So
literally the trouble with the snap guy.
Oh my gosh!
Like extra painful.
Just everything, man. And it's just that's one thing I hope. If Jimmy's done a really good job, like you said, of changing things up. I really hope that this was the year that he takes it, a step back and really evaluates our bowl season of preparation. What's going wrong, right? It hasn't been like Michigan has had like these big time opt outs. I can't remember any really big time players opting out in these bowl games in recent memory.
Not since like Jabril.
Yeah, most of the guys are playing. And Mark,
I think the Florida game. I remember
probably
Karan Higdon, Rashawn Gary, maybe somebody else as well. Yeah. Somebody else significant, like a Devin Bush, somebody like that.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Maybe that year is an exception, but for the most part, I feel like we've had our guys, and it's just not. Something's not coming together, right? I one of the most embarrassing losses I think about is South Carolina. I think
no excuse for that one.
Yeah, like that was just terrible, and it's like, man, something's wrong, right? No matter how our regular season is going, when we're getting to this, this off time, rather, and my theory is maybe the way they practice. They're such a physical team. Harbaugh likes to dominate the line of scrimmage. He likes to win the mental and physical battle up front. Maybe they need that week-to-week rhythm, to keep that same mentality. I can't prove this, but I'm like, this is something I hope he tries to figure out. Like, what is it with our guys and our coaching staff? Because there are some coaching gaps as well, play calling wise, getting cute too much. Something's going wrong.
Yeah, some type of educational. They kind of treat them as educational trips. It seems like a little bit, especially last year, but I think that continued where I think something turns off after the Big Ten championship game or after the Ohio State game in years where we haven't hit the Big Ten championship. And maybe this is why Partridge is being brought back, because in 2015, obviously we did win the bowl game. Maybe he's trying to replicate, bring back that magic that we had back then. But yeah, it is now, to keep in mind, some of the bowl opponents were the best in the country.
Oh yeah.
We have to keep in mind Florida State was really, really good that year. Dalvin Cook was playing for them, and we lost by 1 point. Right. In 2019, we were playing a team called Alabama, who almost that entire team won the national championship the year after. Right. Georgia won the national championship. So some of the losses I can see as, okay, these are like top 4, top 5 teams in America. Some of them are inexcusable. Like South Carolina should have won that game. I'm sorry.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, no, you're right about that. You know, they've had I won't say a tough draw, because you know you when you have earned the right to play at that level, then you are also part of that level to me. So you know, now look, I'm not saying they were anywhere near Georgia's level the year before. Nobody was on that team's level. That was a historically really good college football team defensively. To me, that team defensively was the equivalent, almost the equivalent in terms of incredible talent across the board as the LSU 2019 team on offense, where actually that team had really good talent on both sides. But I'm just saying, like you talking about guys like Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, you know, Joe Burrow,
all time,
right. So crazy. You know, we'll see what that Georgia defense is going to be like, you know, years to come. Well, I'm sorry, what those guys are going to be like in the NFL years from now. But still, that was a tough draw. But you know, look, overall, you know, this program is in a great space.